Welcome back to Weekend of Bernie's great YouTube channel. So today we got the old Pontiac Firebird up on the putting her up on the lift now up to the bars, and a little bit of stuff planned for today. So today is the day we're going to put the 4L80 out in it and take the Turbo 400 out. So have a look at it now when we get her up, but stay tuned. Okay, so we're under the car here. We go up on the lift to see what we got to do with her now. So, Turbo 400 is here, and we're going to try to get it bolted up right now. As you see before, we got the crossover pipe here, and anyway, so it's just basically going to bolt that. Draw shaft loop's probably going to have to be moved. Probably going to have to do something with the transmission crossmember. As this the mounts back 3 inches. So have a look at that. But you see back in the day, here's a little look under the car. So we got the same thing as couple of pumps and a fuel cell. It's 9-inch forward, back braced, traction bars on it, 2 40 series Flowmasters on it. See we painted her a few years back, had her on road history, so she's that color everywhere, silver. So well, that's the lower view of the car. So anyway, first thing, start on no jaw shaft and stuff and see can we get her out. Moved along a little bit. So as you can see over there, we got the Turbo 400 is out on the floor. So anyway, got them out, got transmission mount of it, and we just now put the 80 up in the car. Well, anyway, that I'll lay on there a bit. So a few issues we're going to have with it is that so it's in the car, you can see it. So shifter linkage comes down here. I'm going to change this pipe here anyway. That's the connector for the transmission, which is good spot. Transmission mount obviously don't line up. You can see right there, this is where the mount comes down when it comes down here, so can't really move back any further. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to cut this off, slide his head and weld that on the back. Should work fine like that. I'll check it out there now shortly. When you come over here, you see I bought these connectors here. So anyway, that was for a 6AN fitting, which is what we had here on the transmission lines. And anyway, there's not enough room to get the 6AN onto it. I'm not going to beat the floors in the car. So anyway, I'll have them a bit later, but I ordered them on Amazon last week. Goes on like a banjo bolt with 2 cross washers, and it'll go on, and basically it takes up no room. It's basically like, should be able to get it on there just fine. But anyway, time will tell. Anyway, same thing, stock converter in it right now, and that was the old Vermager valve that was coming down her. So anyway, all the bell housing bolts are in. So plan is now is to work on the transmission mount, and so I'll get this jack out of the way and After that, we'll probably do the starter, the torque bolts, and work on the exhaust. So anyway, first thing, cut the tab off the cross member. Okay, so we just cut this off cross member, like so. So plan is now, let's put this up into the car, so you can lay it in place, get the mount onto it, and see where we can make it fit. So, back to the car. Okay, so we just put the cross member back up in place. We got the tab for the transmission mount. Transmission mount is bolted transmission. This is bolted on, so we got it here. We're going to tack it here now, and then we're going to remove it. The unfortunate part is I had to re-drill some holes up here because they don't line up right. But other than that, we got it centered and we got it where it got to go. So we'll do some welding on it next, and then we see if we can get the end pieces done. Well, anyway, we got the cross member in, so it's all obviously welded on. Got it. Look at them holes. All right. I said earlier, come over here on this side. Turbo 350, Turbo 400, 480. So now I have the universal subframe. So anyway, so excuse me. Next thing, I got the torque bolts in. We'll just whip that started around there really quick. And when it comes back after supper, get the exhaust on. And won't be too much longer, and then back on the trailer back home. I may get at the draw shaft. If I don't, it's no big deal, but we'll see how that goes anyway. Right on. Well, there you have it. There's a exhaust plate made, single into a merger over there, 2 into 1. Anyway, so that there helps straighten the exhaust anyway. So the draw shaft left to do, and we can stick the exhaust on it. See how that goes. Okay, so done up here for the day. So it snowballed pretty fast. So she looks like on right there. Light's not that good in her, but so short draw shaft, wide pipe, got this piece in it. Clears draw shaft. She's at full extension now, so she's only going to go up when she gets on her wheels. Still got to deal with this when I get back home, and I got to wait for the fittings to come in for the transmission. But other than that, pretty good. I got to get, well, they're leaking a bit. I got to get the transmission lines lengthened. I got new fittings onto it. I was just thinking that time it was easier to get out when I had this out to take them out. So when I get home, I'll probably take the band clamp off and drop it down, get up there at them, and put them on. But other than that, other than a dipstick, which the Turbo 400 one is different. So we got to put the dipstick into it. The selector, we got to work on the shifter linkage, and the transmission lines. So other than that, I mean, it's in there. I mean, like I said, it's a fair bit of work, but hopefully it's all worth it. You know, not super excited about a stock style torque converter, but anyway, that might be fine. I might love it. If not, we'll deal with that another time. Anyway, it's time to get this off the ramp and tow it back to the house. Check back in. Okay, so we're back in the garage, back home anyway. And you see by the display of junk on the hood, yeah, it all snowballed in a hurry. So anyway, let's see how we started. So come over here and see the transmission there. Obviously Turbo 400 dipstick won't fit in a 4L80. So anyway, so that was one problem. So we did order a new dipstick, but also at time we had these fittings in here. The ones for the 4L80, and it was a in fitting, and couldn't get the lines on it. That's fun. So anyway, I'll have a little look now. I'll show you where we're at now. Okay, so where we're at. So we'll go into the car. Let's see, I'm going to the lights up here. Let's take the light on with us. So as you can see, no dipstick is in place. And you can see up there is that the actual bolt that holds down the motor sort of lines up with that bolt is not there in the LS for the bell housing. One issue. Up here, we got the banjo bolts on. Had the transmission lines ran, and we had to take them back off again because couldn't get it around dipstick because we had them going around in this area here. So we took that off. Then we had to change it from 45 to 90 because you can see we had back here we had another 45 on it coming out going up here, and we're going to join them around here somewhere. That way when we drop the transmission out at some point we can just unhook the lines in the middle and we're good. So that was fine. Got the dipstick in, hammered down. I got to cut a wrench off now and make a crow's foot or something because there's nothing open today to finish tightening up that AN line and fitting, which will be good. All right, so that was easy. Dipstick in, right? Yeah, not for here. So anyway, push the dipstick in, which now is right here. So anyway, I could put that in pretty good. So anyway, what you don't see is this fuel line. So anyway, the fuel line used to go right here. Right where the dipstick is. So anyway, we ended up taking off fuel line just for now, or maybe we'll just put a cap in here, plug in here, plug in this fuel line so the fuel's not running everywhere. Needs to get dipstick into it, right? So as you can see, the 10AN line, which is running in here, running the Y connector under there. So we'll pressurize this rail and pressurize that rail, and I'll return back over to here and go back to the car. So I'm thinking it should still work. But the plan is to get 8 in, run it in here, run this over to that rail, which is where it goes, and just return back out of the regulator here. I think that's what we're going to do for now. But again, I don't have any 6AN, so I'm going to use this 8AN and move it up here to the supply and move it from the tank to the Y connector. And so I'll get rid of another line here for sure, which will be this here, which goes all the way under there. But anyway, as for right now, it should start up and run like this. So I'm not too concerned. The big thing for today is to get that line tightened up, get my down pipe on it, and connect up my fuel lines, and so you can get the car laid back on the ground. So to give us some stuff after. But anyway, more fun. All right, we'll check back. Okay, so we got the Firebird and we got her back on her wheels. So didn't end too bad. I ended up having to modify a wrench to get them things tightened up, and we got the down point and all that back on it now and hooked up. Didn't actually fire it up or anything. Just like I said, it was late and it was raining out, and anyway I said I'm not going to fire it up now in the garage, so I said I'll get her up out the door tomorrow, put transmission fluid in and top it up. But so she sits there now. Okay, back in the garage again. A little bit more of the update. So, the old Firebird. See here, we end up taking the return line. It was an 8 AN, putting it up here, putting a 6 down there for the return. Got rid of some hoses over here. And, anyway, got down here to dipstick, and we got a clamp on there, hold that in place. And anyway, other than that, we got obviously had to run the fuel lines, change all the fuel lines underneath, and that. So, well, right now anyway, it's running and moving around. I still have to get some of the stuff in here. It's wiring right there. Got a ran in the side of the car, and it's basically for the transmission. The pigtail that went into it, so it's supposed to be a manual shift transmission now. So you have the first, second, third, and overdrive. Anyway, so that's that. So other than that, our little thing to do with it. So we come over here. We're doing powder work on the hood. First coat of primer out there now on that side, and you know, see the back of it there. So I'll done epoxy in the back, and it's epoxy on that there. So probably gonna sand that out and give another coat onto it anyway, and then hit it with some high solids. So anyway, that's the plan. So the ready old Firebird, so to speak, probably going to see some paint. So it's the plan for it right now, so shouldn't be too bad. So anyway, if you like what you see here, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.